let's dive in. We're at the end of the year.
Okay.
Trump's been president for a while now.
Yes, 300. Almost 365 days.
We're approaching the mark, but I feel like it's a good time for us to actually sit down, review what the promises were made by him and the Republican Party.
Okay.
We had this wave, this red wave. We won decisively, and it was supposed to give us all the things that we wanted.
Yep.
We were told what to expect, and we've been expecting it. So I think it's time to sit down and discuss what we've seen happen, what we haven't seen happen. So I have a little list here.
So are we gonna look over and grade his administration as a whole, or just him as a president?
Let's do the administration as a whole, because we have this mandate, and the mandate doesn't happen without a Republican Congress, without a Republican Senate, without a Republican presidency. So let's just judge.
Okay, so you're gonna do multiple branches. Okay.
Yeah, let's just judge the whole party as a whole, because he can't truly get these things done without their assistance.
Yeah, because he's not a dictator. So
right.
Okay. All right.
So let's start. Launch largest domestic deportation operation in history.
Largest deportation.
I guess previously the largest was my favorite president, Dwight Eisenhower.
Okay, Dwight Eisenhower.
He deported more illegal immigrants than any president ever.
Okay.
I don't know that Trump has reached those numbers. Let's actually check real quick.
Yeah, see what numbers, because I think he had a lot of self-deportations too.
Trump?
Yeah.
Yes, which I don't consider deportations.
But then he incentivized them with something, I think it was like a check or something, wasn't it?
Some people are getting checks. Some people are getting, they're leaving so they're not threatened with going to prison, etc.
So I guess that kind of indirectly is a cause from him.
Yeah, I guess. But the problem with that is when it comes to tracking those numbers,
kind of hard.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
How are you going to put a number on how many people have been
self-deported?
There's no accurate way to get about it. So here, according to history.com, Eisenhower era deported 1.3 million people. So that would put us at 325,000 people per year for Trump to match those numbers. I believe the estimates are at 360,000 deportations. So, did he succeed in launching the largest domestic deportation operation in history? Yes.
Okay.
Do you consider that mass deportation when there's 20 million illegals that were let in illegally? Do you consider that a mass deportation or just deportation?
That's a good question. It's like yes and no.
It's hard to define.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to define. It's like yes and no with it, because it is quite a bit of people, but at the same time, so many people came in until it would need to be really more to
far more than Eisenhower
to kind of balance it out. Now I know, to Trump's defense, he's not the reason why 20 million came in.
But he promised to fix the problem.
But yeah, he did promise
360,000 doesn't fix the problem.
Yeah, that's true.
It doesn't fix the problem of us losing everything, of funds being stolen from us, of funds being diverted away from American families, of us losing our culture, of us losing our national identity when it comes to even race. I've looked at what it's supposed to be in 2050. The white population is expected to be down to 35%. We're currently at 65.
It's 65.
The black population is currently at 13%. In 2050, it's expected to be down to 8%.
Oh, wow.
So they are erasing us.
It'd be a country of immigrants, mostly.
They're erasing us.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're erasing your culture through abortions.
Yeah, they've been doing that since Margaret Sanger.
Thank you, Margaret Sanger.
Yeah.
So that's how they're dealing with you, and how they're dealing with us is they've convinced the young white people that reproducing isn't important. Just like we touched on a previous episode about the sexualization issues with young people, with millennials, or not millennials, Gen Z. They've convinced whites that reproducing isn't the best for them. That's what we've heard. You shouldn't do it until this point. You should have this, and this figured out before. It's
sad. That's so sad.
They're erasing us. And honestly, I would like for it to go back to us hanging out. Like, real cool. if blacks and whites could just be tight and
together
running the show again. Not that we've always been tight. Not that we've always been on the same team or the same side.
Well, come together for a bigger cause.
Yeah. And even if we don't come together, just for it to still be us.
Yeah. Exactly.
Just for us to still have the control. You guys and us to still have the control would be nice. And
it would be.
I don't think that $360,000 a year is going to make any effect on that.
Really?
Any effect on our cultural preservation.
Now the big question is, how much can he ramp up? Is the big question.
Does he need to?
How much room does he have to ramp up?
What did you expect? What did you think the first year numbers were going to look like? Personally, what were your expectations of this administration to accomplish the first year when it came to deportations? And I'm not speaking on self-deportation.
I would say double, probably like 600,000.
That was your expectation?
Yeah, like double.
Well, I guess I'm an idiot.
Oh, I
guess I'm an idiot. Because I was hoping for 1.5 million the first year.
Oh, 1.5 million.
Figure out how they're going to do it. And then the next year we get 3 million. And then I was hoping we saw 8 to 9 million people deported over the course of 4 years, which
8 to 9
is a massive undertaking. And I understand that. But you see these videos where they got 40 ICE agents out arresting 3 people. It hardly seems like good planning.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from with that.
And you know, they're ignoring the farms and they're ignoring the restaurants and hotels. And
are they still doing that?
I don't know. I know they were talking about it, and I haven't heard of any farms having 300 people arrested. Have you?
Because I know here in Florida, I was hearing farms getting people arrested. Was it
massive numbers?
I don't know if it was massive numbers, but I know they were going to the farms here in Florida. I don't know if they still are.
You know, I feel like rather than sending 40 ICE agents to arrest 4 people, you send 400 ICE agents, surround a farm with 400 people. Or not 40 ICE agents, send 400 ICE agents, surround a farm with 400 potential illegals, get 350 deportations.
350.
You know, you have to move. The military doesn't send a crew of 40 in unless it's a secret what they're doing.
Yeah.
You send in Black Ops, you send in the SEALs, you send in the Green Berets, whatever the case. You don't send, when you want to do big work, you send in big numbers.
Yeah, true. That is true.
I guess maybe my expectations were too high.
And do you think they have the holding capacity for that number?
Who needs to hold them?
That you got?
Day one in, day one out.
You say day one in?
Day one in, day one out. Look at the paperwork. They're not here legally. Have them out in 7 days. Get the operation moving. Refine your processes. You ran for president for how many months before you became? You didn't have this figured out?
Yeah.
You didn't have the actual plan of execution, the logistical plan developed? Mm-hmm. I'm terribly sad about it.
The only reason why I brought the holding aspects because I believe in immigration court is kind of demanded that you do hold them, I think, for a certain amount of time.
Which liberal judge demanded that?
I think you have to hold them for a certain amount of time for due process, I believe.
You don't get due process. The due process
it's not the same due process as like American citizens get, but it's a different type of immigration court due process.
So maybe it's time that Republicans in Congress and the Senate step up and refine the due process.
So I think what would happen
for this.
Yes, and I think what would need to happen is the immigration court systems needs to be refined, and it needs some changes done to it.
Once again, how did you not make that plan?
Yeah,
how did you not plan on this? You already knew these problems existed. You were president for 4 years.
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true.
Next promise: reinstate remain in Mexico policy. I believe that was done. Catch and release. That is 100%.
Oh, but what grade did we give that one?
Oh, the first one, launch largest domestic deportation.
I guess I'll give him like a C plus B.
I'm gonna give him an F.
You say F?
F.
Oh my goodness.
An F. 360,000. Me and the boys can get 10,000 this month. Let us do our thing. We'll get them. We'll
I
get
know.
them. We'll round them up. Give us the buses from Minnesota. Send us out. We got it. We got
That
it.
is funny. I know.
But yeah, I don't know. I guess I give it a D minus.
Is that D minus?
And that's maybe because my expectations.
Well,
were,
yeah, you had very high expectations.
I did, but he made it. He set my expectations.
Yeah, he
through his
set your
words.
he set your hopes up. Yeah, that's true.
Declare a national emergency at the southern border. Success. A. Remain in Mexico policy. I give him an A.
Oh yeah, perfect at that.
Catch and release. Well, that is 100% an A.
Yeah, he's always been good at that.
Impose universal baseline tariffs. 10 to 20%. Well, we quickly realized that the tariff policy was dependent on what country you were, what you were going to do for us, whose back you were going to pat, and how much money you were going to send to us via other business.
Yeah, I would say a C on that.
Yeah, most certainly.
Yeah.
Let's see. Declare a national energy emergency. I don't know if he did that or not. Lift natural gas export bans. I think he did do that.
I think he did at his first day in there because he's
Yes.
very big on natural oil.
Natural gas.
Oh yeah, natural gas as well. So yeah, I think he did that at first.
Expand drilling and mining. He has done that. Establish Department of Government Efficiency, Doge. Well, how did that work out? They saved us how much? Nothing.
That wouldn't work out too well.
It's worked out terribly, and it now leaves me wondering what the real reason for Doge was.
But the real reason.
You put Elon in there, and he takes control of 4 major departments in the United States. And all of the information from those departments gets added to AI for the review.
True.
Elon gets to decide who's fired and retained at the Department of Defense.
Oh wow.
And Elon is he was in PayPal with the people who are trying to push the AI revolution for drones and build the drone plant in Ohio, who are also friends with Vivek.
Oh, really?
So all these same people, it seems like quite possibly Doge could have been a way to make the funding stop going to certain people and redirect it to others. I'm not certain, but that's a possibility. But they really did not do their job. We were supposed to get, every American is going to get checks back. I didn't get a check.
No, we didn't get it.
I went from every American to some military got $1,776 back.
I guess the biggest thing they did was the gutting of U.S. aid when they gutted that because they found all the fraud that U.S. aid was doing.
Yeah, but legally they still have to give the money to the departments. It's already allocated.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I guess because they probably was allocated under the Biden administration.
Correct.
So they gotta fulfill that promise.
They have to fulfill the promise. Now maybe they get some of the bullshit out, but I don't know. I feel like that was a F.
An F. Yeah, I would give. That's the first one I probably would give an F. Is Doge definitely
in remote work for federal employees? Did they succeed in that? I believe they did.
In remote work for federal employees, I believe he did succeed in that, but I believe a judge may have stepped in there and blocked it. I would have to do more research on that, but I remember he did implement.
He tried.
I remember he did try to implement that.
Massive deregulations. Yeah, it has happened. Give that to him. End all federal DEI. That happened.
Yeah, he did good on that.
Recognize only 2 sexes in a federal policy. That did happen.
Yeah, he did.
Ban transgender participation in women's sports. That, for the most part, has occurred.
Yeah, he did that too.
Pardon the January 6th defendants.
Yeah, that's the first thing he did when he got in office.
Extend the 2017 tax cuts. I believe he did that through the big, beautiful bill.
Yeah.
Eliminate taxes on tips and overtime. This...
You don't like that one?
Woohoo. Guess what? People who get tips don't pay taxes on their tips anyway, usually. I've known plenty of people who work at restaurants. You get a $10 cash tip. Is it going in your pocket, or are you going to tell the government that you got to give them $2.50 of it? What is the average person doing?
Yeah, the latter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
so, that's...
Now, I guess the only way it would work is because sometimes when I'm at a restaurant, instead of leaving cash, I put it on the receipt.
Absolutely.
So then I guess in that scenario, it would kind of work.
So it's probably 50-50.
Yeah.
I guess it was good intentions, but more showboating than anything.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, more showboating, a vote getter.
Yep. Dismantle government censorship. F.
Dismantle government censorship.
F. We got Larry Ellison picking up what? Paramount. What is he buying? And they're
Larry Ellison, talking about
isn't he buying a media company? Is it
Larry Ellison of Oracle?
Oracle.
He bought TikTok.
Yes, that's what it is. He bought TikTok. Well, how is that going for censorship?
Yeah.
Paramount. It's Paramount I was thinking about. Paramount just got bought by
I know Netflix is trying to acquire WB. I think they acquired Warner Brothers.
let's see here. I got
And then Paramount was trying to acquire Warner Brothers.
Yes, Larry Ellison pledged his son $40 billion to acquire for the Paramount deal. And they're calling this philanthropic work.
Oh, okay. So Larry Ellison. Okay, got you.
Well, Larry Ellison's not going to let you talk bad on TikTok or Paramount about a certain country.
That's definitely true.
So I
think other than that certain topic that you're talking about, I think every other topic though has gotten better with censorship.
well, you know,
I remember when we couldn't talk about COVID, we couldn't talk about the election being stolen or rigged or anything. We couldn't talk about any of that.
That came down to the Supreme Court, though, which you can credit to Trump too for changing the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
That came down to the Supreme Court because if I recall correctly, they came to a conclusion that you could not be censored on political talk, which is why everyone allowed Nick Fuentes to come back. Because it was considered political talk. And then
and when did they do this?
that was in March, I believe. Right when he started making his generational run. When he was allowed back on TikTok, when he was allowed back on Rumble, when he was allowed back on YouTube, when he was allowed.
So that's what I'm saying. I think the Trump winning kind of led that charge.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, if Kamala got in there, that would have never. That probably would have never.
It was a Supreme Court decision.
Yeah, but
he appointed the Supreme Court judges.
And then also, you got to think Trump brought in J.D. Vance, which has very strong connections with Silicon Valley.
Who?
J.D. Vance.
What's his name?
J.D. Vance.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
That ain't his name. It's his name now.
He said his name now. Oh, I must be. This something.
We can get into that later. This dude.
Oh.
This is his third name, brother.
Oh, his third name.
This is his third name.
I guess his third name.
He's changed his name twice.
Oh wow.
He changed his name right before becoming, right before getting heavily into politics. Actually.
Oh. No, that's interesting.
He had reasons for it, you know, bad dad, bad life, whatever. Didn't want to be associated with certain people. I understand all that, I guess. So maybe I'm just giving him a hard time over nothing.
But what I was saying is J.D. Vance has strong connections with Silicon Valley, with the tech world. So I think that was another plus with Trump. I think that's one of the biggest reasons why Trump added him in as vice president, for that connection, to have more control over that sector. So I think Trump did kind of lead the charge on a lot of the censorship problems that we were having.
I mean, even Trump himself was censored. So
yeah, even Trump himself.
He's back on everything. So
yeah, so
fair enough. Maybe
maybe
that's not enough.
Some YouTubers, they actually have reinstated two other than Nick Fuentes, even to YouTube too, after the Trump administration got in this year.
It was because of the Supreme Court.
But yeah, that's a big one right there, dude. The Supreme Court decision. I just wonder if they would have made that decision with Kamala in office, though. I just wonder.
Maybe not.
I really feel like they probably would have swayed the other way, or they would have just not took it up at all.
They might have not have taken it up at all.
Not
for fear of political retribution.
Yeah, exactly. So I think I'll give him maybe a C+ on that.
C+ on that?
C+.
Okay, fair. Next was protect religious freedoms. Well, we're not seeing people get arrested outside of abortion clinics anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
So I suppose that one is good, but I guess the downside of that is we're not deporting enough people, so our religious freedoms are going to be eradicated eventually anyway.
True, too.
Safeguard Second Amendment rights. I don't know that he's done anything for that.
I don't think he's done.
I mean, he's the man who passed the bump stock ban to begin with.
Yeah, I don't think he's ready to guy for that.
No,
that's not his wheelhouse.
I don't think so either.
No.
Cut federal funding for schools pushing critical race theory or gender ideology.
Now, he has gutted the Department of Education a lot.
You know, he took all that money from Harvard And then he ended up giving it back to them with them promising to do whatever. I can't remember all the full circumstances, but Harvard promised to do this, that, and the other in order to make up for it. So now they have their funding back. But I think I give that a C. I guess I would need to know a little more on that one.
That one I would give him maybe a C plus B because he's gutted the Department of Education a lot at the federal level.
That is true. That is true.
So, and that's really what controls most of the education for the nation when it comes to like their DEI policies.
You're really making me feel like a hater right now.
You're
really making me feel like a Trump hater right now. Maybe my expectations were way too high. My father even said something to me. I was speaking to him about some politics when I was back home over Christmas break, and he made it clear. He was like, Jonathan, give them some more time. It's the first year.
Yeah, it's just the first year.
But the thing is, we're about to lose midterms decisively. There will be no third year.
Yeah, you got to do it in your first couple of years. Got to.
And maybe he's planning to really ramp all these things up leading into midterms. Because if he doesn't go balls to the wall before midterms, there won't be any more progress in year 3 and year 4 because he'll be indicted.
Definitely.
Over, and he'll spend all of his time dealing with that. So
yeah, definitely. But I think I would give him a C plus B in that, I would say, because I really don't know what else he really could do in the educational sector, but gut the education department at the federal level. Because I think that's about the only thing he has control over anyways.
Him. But now if we're speaking about the Republican Party in general, Congress and the House could get together and get laws together.
Definitely.
Where if there was any DEI whatsoever in it, there was complete funding pulled and it could be set in law.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. That was something Congress need to do.
Why haven't they done it?
Definitely.
Because they don't do anything.
Our Congress don't do anything but collect a paycheck.
Ensure American space superiority. I know nothing about that.
American space superiority. He kind of did that in his first term when he created that federal space force. Yeah, I'm not really sure about the second term though, when it comes to that topic.
Remove barriers to American AI leadership. I think he's done that.
He's definitely done that.
He's done that.
Yeah.
I got to give him an A on that.
Yeah, that's a
The question is, how many barriers do you remove and how many need to be kept in place to secure our freedoms?
Yeah, true too.
So it's a fine line.
It's a very fine line.
Not sure how I think about that, but I would give him an A on that.
Mm-hmm.
Deliver the most favored nation prescription drug pricing. So he has made that deal where our drug prescription companies must adhere to the lowest prices of any country in the world.
I've heard about that.
And I don't think it's every company yet. He's still working his way through, but I know he's gone through 1 or 2 at least. So big progress there.
He did that a little bit in his first time too, because he put like a limit on insulin in his first term, remember?
Yes, he did.
To help people out with insulin resistance. The A on that one, probably.
I suppose so.
Yeah.
Address anti-competitive behavior in this food supply chain. I think that one is I think that's an F. I don't think anything's changed there. And if it had changed, we would not see beef prices exponentially increasing year after year.
Yeah, I don't think he's done much to tackle that, no.
What is he doing to tackle that other than keep illegals here on the farms?
Yeah, that's probably about it. I guess driving down wages.
Yeah.
Other than that, he hasn't done much with that situation.
And the last promise, implement U.S.-Israel agricultural trade agreement. What kind of agriculture are they growing?
I would have to research that one more.
Yeah, let's dive into that one.
I don't know what that is.
We might take a deep dive on that one later for fun, guys. But
you might have to do a whole topic on that.
Overall, I guess, honestly, I walked into this episode expecting to really drag him to the mud.
Drag him to the mud.
And you've opened my eyes a little bit. I think on the major issues, government corruption, I think there's not enough being done. And that wasn't on the list, but that clearly was one of his promises. Drain the swamp again. He didn't speak about it as much this time, but there's no swamp that was drained last time. There's no swamp being drained this time. If anything, they drained the swamp and refilled it with their own swampy ass people.
Exactly. Yeah, I would give that a D.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's a D.
The deportations. Yeah, so I guess maybe things are better than I thought they were.
I mean, overall, I say the overall grade for their entire, if you want to say Republican Party right now, I would say it's like a C plus.
Well, also realize this. how many bills have been passed this year?
How many bills?
5, maybe.
Well, I know one, the big beautiful bill.
Let's see. I know it's not many. Oh, we don't care about executive orders. Oh yeah, there we go, right there. Okay, so as of now, he signed 55 bills into law.
55.
Only 2 of which created new policies. So he can only sign a bill into law that's given to him.
Right.
I understand that. So this is a failing of our representatives.
Yeah, it is. It is.
A massive
It really
failing
is.
of our state representatives.
Yeah.
Which maybe, maybe just maybe that's his biggest problem still.
I think his biggest problem is people outside of him, the politicians like in the House and the Senate, the judges that are doing all these injunctions nationwide.
Judges can't do it if you pass laws.
But who has to do that? Congress, which sit on their butt all the time and don't do anything.
So maybe, maybe Trump is a little better than I think he is. Whoa. No new wars.
Well, we might have a couple of those.
In the Ukrainian war, we have new wars. We're bombing new countries. The Ukrainian war rages on to this day.
I would say
an F.
Yeah, I would say F in that category, definitely F.
All these wars that he's prevented were between, other than the India-Pakistan issue, I'd say all the other ones are micro issues.
Yeah, definitely micro
that
issues.
truly weren't affecting the American taxpayer.
Yeah,
Now,
I would agree.
India and Pakistan being at a full-scale war affects the entire world.
Yeah, that would affect the entire.
Bravo to that one. Bravo on that one. But as for the rest, a lot of them are bullshit wars that the 99% of Americans did not even know existed.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a Congolese war.
The Congolese.
I don't pay that much attention to the politics and actions of the Congo. So a lot of these wars that he's ended were really just cliff notes in the story.
Yeah, cliff notes. He needs to end, the big one, the Ukraine. That's a war he needs to end, definitely. That's a big one right there.
I guess on the bright side, at least the money being paid for by the European Union.
Oh, okay. Okay, so they did strike that deal.
They did strike a deal, so I think now we sell them goods. But they're bankrupt. I don't know how we're selling it and getting the money. Is it loans? Because we'll never get it back.
Yeah, you're not going to get those loans back.
I know we had the mineral rights deal with Ukraine.
Yeah, I remember the mineral rights to get back some of the money that we gave to them.
So that was good. So colonialism, which I'm all about. I'm not going to hate on it.
You said you're not going to hate on that one.
I love me some good old American colonialism, guys. Love it. Love it. It is my favorite. All right. So I don't know. Overall, you give him a C+?
I would say overall, I give him a C+.
I give him a C-. And he had an F+ walking into this debate. So
now, if he was a dictator, I would give him an F. But since it's a lot of other people that are at play when it comes to the American government, the way the system works, that's why I give him a C+.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why.
If it was all him,
which I guess is why I give him a C- and not an F-. When I walked in expecting a D-. You've turned my mind.
I turned your mind.
I appreciate you. Appreciate you helping me out there. Appreciate it.
That's funny. Oh, that was a good topic.
Very good topic.
Oh, shoot.
All right.
All right, we can move on to the next one.